Round 2. Round of play. Yeah, we gotta keep this one. Granted, we don't have a second color, but got the ramp. Potential turn 4 territorial behemoth into turn 5 Beastmaster. Definitely seems good. Opponent mauls to 6 and then keeps. That was a good draw. Oh. Well, I'm more willing to trade mine because I've got 2 more. And I can't imagine... Ooh, it's actually kind of a good draw too. Let's get in here. Opponent will trade, which is actually better for us because we're ahead on the cards in hand as well. So now we've got turn 4 Baloth, potential turn 5 Beastmaster, which is pretty insane. All right, Infiltrator. Not bad. Actually pretty good with our Beastmaster, but let's get out Mr. Baloth. Opponent's going to ingest. See what he gets. You get Oron Reef Invoker number 2, which means we only have 1 left. Merc Strider. Oh, that's too bad. For us, not for him. Alright, to get the land. Trying to think if there's a reason I want to hold the land here. I kind of do. I think we're just going to play Baloth and pass again. That lets me play land Beastmaster next turn and get a big landfall dude. So it seems better. I mean, playing land there might have, well, we'll see. If he kills the Lifespring Druid, I guess it could be worse. Gets rid of a forest that time, which we didn't need anyway, so that's okay. Tide Drifter. All right. So now I'm glad I kept the land. So let's go Forest. Let's go Beastmaster, because ally next turn is going to be pretty insane. Oh, that's pretty depressing. So next turn we get to go Druid plus 3/3 Elf, which isn't bad. Lose an island, which actually would have been really nice. It would have let us play a 4-mana 4/4, but maybe we see another island. You never know. 1 card left in his hand. All right, maybe we hold off on the Skyrider Elf. Yeah, kind of feel like we do. Then we get to play a 5-mana 5/5 the next turn. So let's just go Lifespring Druid, Call to Scions. Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. And likely just going to chump block the 3/3, I think. Wait, black, white, green. Yeah, we've got all 5 colors. Losing Skyrider Elf number 2, which would have been just a bonkers draw. Yeah, another question is, do I want to keep back, like, basically I lose a power on the Skyrider Elf, but I get to landfall and swing with the Baloth? Is that worth it? Do you know what I mean? Because there's also a chance we just draw a land. But what I'm trying to say is if I crack Evolving Wilds on my turn, I get the landfall. Otherwise, I can't attack in. I don't actually think that's that important. I'd rather just have a 5-mana 5/5. And I might get to land anyway, and then it's a moot point. And we did. Okay. Well, let's go Woodland now. Smash with our 6/6. He's ready to chump, and let's play Mr. Big Elf. So black, green, white, blue, and black, green, white, blue, red. We can actually instant speed crack. And we've got the Scion to crack the Woodland, which is kind of nice. But definitely want to hold up on that. Alright. Rune Processor. That's too bad. Alright, let's go landfall number 1. Smash here. Don't really need the Druid anymore, so if he attacks with Strider, I think I can trade off a Druid and a Scion for a 3/3. I'm okay with that. Although if he attacks with both, then I can actually smash back for better damage. That's interesting. Maybe I do just chump then. I can already cast everything in my deck, right? Alright. Cannot block Mr. Unblockable. Oh, Scour from Existence? That would have been decent, I guess. Would have at least answered anything. Alright, let's go landfall again. If I smash with everything, what happens? He blocks Merc Strider on Druid, this on Baloth. So he's going to 4 minimum, right? He can't get... I think we smash with everything here, actually. He can't kill me on backswing. And he has to block Baloth. And if he blocks Baloth with Drifter, he's going to lose Strider anyway. Yeah, like he's going to lose both his things. Opponent concedes. Wow, Skyrider Elf. Beautiful when it's 5 mana 5/5 flying, huh? Jeez. Yeah, Skyrider Elf is pretty insane most of the time. That's one of the few opportunities we're going to get to ever cast. I mean, that everything had to come together for us to actually cast it as 5 mana 5/5 flying. We had to the Sunken Hollow as well as the double Lifespring Druid, so that was pretty remarkable. What are we playing against again? What do we got? We got some basically some devoid stuff, right? But didn't see any flyers. I think we likely just keep it the same. Sheer Drop actually seems good against his Ingester. All right, let's try this again. All right, we're in game 2. It's definitely a keep. Got Invoker into Call. And a lot of lands, I guess, and we're playing 18 lands, so this hand could be a problem. But it's not like our deck doesn't have expensive stuff that we need to play, and we have mana sinks in Invoker. Tide Drifter, all right. It's a pretty good body, actually, for a 2 mana blue spell. All right, well, let's pretend like we got something. All right, ripping 3 lands is pretty bad. I mean, that was legitimately the worst thing that could have happened with this hand. But like I said, we're running 18, so it's 18 lands is always a liability. There's never a time where running more than, because like 16 lands is 40% of your deck, which is pretty much what the gold standard of like standard decks run, is pretty much 40%, 24 lands, or 23 lands. Or no, it is 24 lands, isn't it? All right, Baloth. Yeah, we're going to definitely slam a Baloth here. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, running 18. I mean, that's quite a bit of your deck being lands. Very close to half your deck being lands. I mean, it's not like we have any actual card advantage in here either, Ooh, well, that's a spicy one. Are we going to get countered again? I guess it's possible. Do I play around a counter? I don't think so. I don't love playing around a counter spell. Although, my opponent having 4 cards in hand, 5 mana up. I think I am actually going to play around a counter. Just because the problem is I don't have anything else going on. Like, if I don't play around a counter, I could be in big trouble, No, I should have just cracked. Actually, that's not a big deal. I can do it next turn. I don't need to play Evolving Wilds. I have all my colors. Kind of want him to play something here. If he does, I guess I will crack the Evolving Wilds. So I can do this without sacking my Scion. Comes at a bit of a cost where I should have maybe just cracked it and gotten the extra 2 damage in, but... Okay, well now we're just slamming a Beastmaster. Definitely. Oh, they're all buffed though, so you can actually block my Invoker kind of well. That's okay. probably. I think I still slam a Beastmaster, and we'll forego the 2 damage I probably should have just dealt to my opponent. That's a good draw. Actually, could go. No, I problem is I want to resolve Beastmaster pretty bad. Like, I feel like there's a pretty high, fairly high probability my opponent has a counterspell, so I'd rather just have a 5/5 and not sack my Scion. Can't really comfortably swing. I mean, we're also close to Invoker, although our opponent is too. Opponent's actually got Invoker. Maybe I shouldn't have played around the counterspell. I don't know. I felt like because I didn't have any other action spells, it could have been a problem. But playing the Eyeless Watcher instead of the Beastmaster, I don't know if that's great either, you know? Oh, Warcaller? Man, card's pretty busted. Thankfully, we've got a 5/5 blocker, but opponent's got a big army. Oh, no. All right, let's go this. Hopefully he doesn't have a combat trick, or we're in some pretty serious trouble, actually. I think we'll just take 6 instead of 9. All right, well, that wasn't that bad. But now he's got the Warcaller, which we got to be conscious of. Definitely wouldn't mind an ally here. Well, Skyspawner or Eyeless Watcher is pretty nuts. And we can do both, which is really nice. So let's just get in for oodles of damage. I don't know if losing his Invoker was the best idea. It's odd to me that he'd prefer to lose the Warcaller. Maybe just doesn't have a solid ally plan. I mean, now if we draw an ally, we're just doing absurd amounts of damage. Plus we have Invoker next turn. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be able to dish out a ton of damage, basically. So we wanted to keep the Tide Drifter to keep his Scions up, so I guess that means he just doesn't have a ton of allies. All right, now we get to just get in for a pretty absurd amount of damage here. Just absurd amount of damage. So we swing with everything. Does not have good blocks. In fact, I want to say he's dead. I can't imagine him not being dead here. He has to have at the very least, he has to have a removal spell. I mean, Invoker, he has to answer Invoker right now. He has to block these two. I mean, that's got to be lethal, right? Yeah. I don't think he blocked appropriately there, although I guess the question is, could he have lived? I think, yeah, he could have, right? He didn't block the 5/5. He needed to block that. So he just did not block correctly. Maybe he forgot. I think he forgot about trample is my guess. Because if this didn't have trample, he would be at He'd be at 1. So, all right. Got round 2, thankfully. I would have loved Warcaller in this deck would have just been... Our deck would have just legitimately been busted if we had Warcaller in here with the quantity of token generation we had. But that's okay. We'll see you in round 3.